Guys, guess what? Your boy got a sponsor. Guys, my man Alex Pruitt and the executives over at 72 Sold have been crushing it, selling houses left and right, some for almost 15 grand over the market value. And if you're a buyer, guys, he's gonna hook you up with a great deal. He's gonna go to bat for you. He wants to put you in the home that you want and that you need. So call my guys. Tune into the Side of Mayo show. I had Alex on an episode 2. Go listen to him tell his own story firsthand. And then make sure you know 8 years of experience this man has had. 8 years, he's going to get you the deal you need to bring your family home.
We're pulling live from the other side of America. Give me a hearse, but I ain't give a fuck. Send me to church. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the Side of Mayo show. Guys, it's been a great week, and it's only gonna get better because I have a great guest here with me today with nearly 15,000 Instagram followers. She goes all over Arizona showing you guys different destinations, great food places, basically anything you can think of. I have Andrea Blake here with me, aka the Southwest Sampler on Instagram. How are you doing today?
I'm amazing. How are you doing?
Even better. Like, it's been such a great day, other than the heat. Obviously, I mean, that's the only thing we can complain about.
Yeah.
But
honestly, I've been wearing the same outfit for the past 3 weeks because it's so hot outside. And like, this is the only one that's airy.
Yeah, and that's the style right now. Just like the t-shirt and everything. Oh yeah, that my girlfriend's little sister, that's all she wears.
Dude, I'm down for it.
Yeah, she loves it. But I kind of want to just jump right into it. Where did you get your start from, and like, why did you want to do what you do?
So it happened about 5 years ago.
Okay.
So I've been an esthetician for 7 years.
Oh, okay.
And with aesthetics, I knew that that's something I didn't want to do forever. And so as I started traveling more and really experiencing more so like Arizona, all the different places that there are in Arizona that nobody really knows about.
So many too.
So many.
Oh my goodness.
So I started experiencing all those things, and so many people were asking me where that was. So finally I realized that I had always wanted to make a blog.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how. And I started, my first blog was a piece of shit, let's be honest, but it got me where I am, you know?
It happens. Like, you always have to like get out the kinks in the first one. Like, I look back at my first episode and I'm like, wow, it was terrible. But people were like, oh, it was great. I don't know if I agree with that.
No, I don't agree with mine for sure. But yeah, so I started doing that, and just over time, it has definitely transformed. I wouldn't even consider I'm a blogger at this point, because now my blog has turned into more informative website. Like, so I do a lot of information based.
Yes.
Yeah. So it definitely has transformed over time. But that's what started it, was knowing that I wanted to somehow make a living off of travel.
Oh, I mean, that's the dream, I think. Like, when you break down like what you want to do in life, 9 times out of 10, travel is like one of the top things.
Oh, for sure.
So that's why like I was super excited to see what you did. And I actually told you the story before. The reason I went to a place in Arizona, it's called the Crack at Wet Beaver Creek. Don't judge the name, because once I posted it, everybody like commented on it like, wow, what a name.
Yeah.
It's a really cool place. It's a long hike, so just know that. But we actually found it through your TikTok. And I remember watching it and I was like, holy cow, like this looks like a really cool place. I'm a huge cliff jumper. They have cliffs there. I was like, let's go do it. And then I didn't realize it until I think I followed you on Instagram, and I like looked through and I saw the actual TikTok on your page, and I was like, no way. We have got to get her on the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I mean, your page is amazing. What
Thank
you do
you.
is actually really cool, because a lot of people don't know how many cool places there are in Arizona.
I know.
What was that first place that you did? The first blog.
It's actually funny. I wasn't even in Arizona at that time. I went to Death Valley, which is over in, I think it's in California.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a state park. In fact, I have it tattooed on my back. So that was my first tattoo ever, because it was such a big moment in my life to realize like, holy crap, this is something that I can do.
Yeah.
However, now that I think about it, my first experience ever in Arizona realizing was Havasupai.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was actually before
Great
Death
one.
Valley. So yeah.
So I've never been there actually, but I've seen like all the videos. Don't you have to like get a permit now, or like you have to like reserve it like a year in advance or something like that? Oh. And now with COVID, they shut it down. I'm pretty sure. So
they definitely did.
It's one of those places like it's on the hit list, and that was another thing. I looked through your page and just saw all the different places that I haven't been yet, and I've lived here for like almost 10 years now.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. That's what I wanted to do, was showcase what there is to do in your own backyard, because so many people have talked about like Arizona's ugly. There's nothing to do. There's only Dutch Bros, and it's like, no, there's a lot to do here. Just get outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah, like there's so much going to Old Town and going to like Mill, all that stupid stuff. Like there's actually really cool things to do. I do love that TikTok though, by the way.
Which one?
The one where it's like, what if you're from Arizona? What do you do?
Oh, I know.
Just go to Dutch Bros?
I know.
Like, wait.
No, there's so much more to do.
So much to do.
So much to do.
You can literally be outside in a bikini year round.
Yeah.
You can go swimming year round, do whatever you want to do.
You know what's funny? It's funny that you say that. So Tempe Town Lake, over like the shutdown, we were going there a lot because that's the only thing we could really do.
Yeah.
And we were in bikinis, chilling. It was literally as if we were at the beach.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah, and it's so much fun to just go. And it's like right in the middle of Tempe, like right next to ASU. You can go like paddleboarding there. All
Yeah,
that
it was
stuff.
great.
So you're a huge traveler. You like to go and experience new things. What's been the best one, other than your first one, then Havasupai? What's been like the best thing you like to do, whether it's hiking, a restaurant? What is it?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
On the
Arizona or just in general?
Let's do Arizona for right now, and then we'll do in
Okay.
general.
Arizona. Man, there's just so many. I will say a place that has, or a special place in my heart is Page, Arizona.
Okay.
Lake Powell, Horseshoe Bend, Antelope Canyon. Like you can name off so many. And then right down the road from that, like maybe an hour away, is Monument Valley.
Yes.
So there's so much jam packed to do in that little area.
Yeah, Monument Valleys. I actually just brought this up the other day. Like, I want to make a trip there.
It's really cool.
You can't do a day. Well, I mean, I guess you could.
Yeah,
do a
you
day
could
trip.
easily. In fact, I have a guide. So I
nice.
created this guide. It's a digital online guide. You just download it. It gives you a weekend getaway guide. It's called the Weekend Getaway Guide to Page, Arizona.
Okay.
And connected to that is the Monument Valley Guide. And so
Nice.
you can do all of that in one weekend. So I actually catered it to do that all in one weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I think is really cool. So, like, a lot of people, they don't want to leave and go check something out just because, you know, I don't know how I'm going to go about it. I don't know where to stay. What is there really to do? There's only so much Yelp that you can do.
Yeah.
Where you would much rather learn from somebody that's been there and you've seen a video. So do you have a lot of people reach out to you and
Oh, yeah.
and be like, hey, because your blog, is it free or do you have to purchase it?
It's free. However,
Free.
the digital downloads, because
Okay.
I did take a lot of time, they have links that link out to everything from your phone. So you can literally just be on the guide and link out like the second right there. So
wow.
I made that on purpose. That's only $5, which is not bad.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing is many people, they want to know, no, not that. They think that they have to have 5 days to do all
Oh,
this.
yeah.
And that's another thing. It's like, no, you can work your 9 to 5, like Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
You have 2 days. You can do so much in 2 days. You don't need to take off time to do this.
You don't.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because, like, we live so close to so many different things. Like, honestly, if you want to go to the beach for a weekend, like, it's 5 hours
I
away.
know.
You want to go to the Grand Canyon, it's super close. By the way, so you've been to the Grand Canyon, right?
It's funny you say that. So technically, get this. Havasupai is
Yes.
not the Grand Canyon. Can you believe that?
Really?
Yeah, it's not. If you actually research it. In fact,
Wow.
Just Roughing It Outdoor Company,
Yeah.
Debbie, the owner, she told me that. And
Okay.
yeah, so I'm like, wait, what? So in all honesty, I technically haven't been to the Grand Canyon.
Wow.
I know.
I gotta like hit my head on this mic.
I know.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but I asked that question because that's a legit thing. A lot of people here in Arizona have never been to the Grand Canyon.
I don't know how I haven't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right there.
It's so crazy because it's right there. It's like literally what Arizona is known for. But you know, so many pictures and different things. And the only reason I've gone is because we took like a little family vacay up there.
Yeah.
And took like the train from, I think it was Winslow.
Okay,
all the way.
that would be fun.
That is fun.
That would be a lot of
We
fun.
had my niece with us, or not my niece, my cousin. She was with us, and so we kind of made it like a trip. But it was actually fun, like all the views. And like I love heights, but man, that view is scary, especially the like one where you walk out.
Did you
through
do the glass one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh.
So though, if I don't have a parachute on my back, then I don't like heights.
Yeah, that would scare the shit out of me, honestly.
But you just did one this last weekend.
Where did I go?
You had like a little stay. I don't know. You said you just got back into town.
I did get back into town. So I was out of town for 3 weeks visiting family, just
Okay.
kind of taking time for myself.
That's good. Yeah.
During that entire time, I made it known on social media that I wasn't out of town because I didn't want to get bombarded.
Yeah.
You know, so I had a lot of backup stuff that I was still like posting and whatnot.
Yeah.
But in reality, I took a mental health check. Like I left for 3 weeks.
You need to.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that's something some people get so wrapped up in work that they forget to like take care of themselves.
And that was me for sure. Like the amount of stress I put on myself because I'm such a busybody.
Yeah.
That I don't ever take time to literally relax.
Yeah.
And so I needed that. And
Yeah.
I'm so refreshed.
I bet. Yeah. When we talked yesterday,
Yeah, that
It was
That's when I
great
got back.
because like we're on the same page. Like I forget to like message people back, text them back, whatever. So I was like, just let's talk on the phone. We'll knock it out in like 7 minutes. We'll get everything prepared.
Seriously.
But it is tough, especially when you're doing everything on your own. So do you film everything, edit everything?
Everything.
Wow.
So in fact, I know how to edit my own videos. Well, that too.
Yeah.
I know how to edit my own photos now. So what I do is I have certain photographers that I hire because they know my angles,
Yep.
and I ask them to not even touch it. Just give me the unfiltered photo,
Oh, okay.
the raw photo.
Yeah.
And I'll do it myself. So I do know how to do. I've learned how to do everything myself, and I'm actually very happy about that because I don't
Yeah.
have to rely on anybody other than hiring my photographer. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, photographers love to come out and take pictures.
oh, for sure.
Shout out my guy Aaron right here. As
Yeah.
I'm pointing, that's a great shot. No, and that's something like you have to take pride in your work when you do that.
Oh, for sure.
That's one thing. Like I edit the entire podcast. I do my Instagram page. I do everything on my own because I would rather have it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
oh, yeah.
like you said, it does take like a mental toll because you're like, I have to post at this time. I have to
Yup.
do this. I want to post a video here. Okay, the episode. You know what I mean? It just
Yeah.
like it starts to add up so fast.
Oh, yeah.
But so since you travel a lot and that's like your job, what do you do for fun?
That's the fun part about it.
Okay.
Is that's what I do for fun. So I get to experience all of these different things that I would be experiencing if I wasn't even working.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it more fun. And on top of that, I get to be with different companies that I would have never even thought to reach out to.
Yeah.
So I
For
get
sure.
to experience a lot more in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you like work with companies, so do you partner with companies actually?
Yes.
Okay. Which ones? Or is it just
So-
each by each post?
So that's the thing. Like, I'm sure a lot of people are aware if they follow me, Southwest Sampler.
No, plug it. Southwest Sampler, guy. I'm being dead serious. Like she makes some really cool videos. Makes you like want to go check these places out. Like I said, I'm literally living that right now. I went into that the crack. It still cracks me.
I know, it's so ridiculous.
But yeah, I'm living proof of that. So go check her out.
Yes, please.
There's the
But
plug.
yeah, so one of my top partners that I'm with is Hotel Valley Ho.
Oh, great
Yeah,
spot.
yeah, I know, right?
I love going to Hotel Valley Ho.
So
Yeah.
there we go. Like, I have a code if you guys want to use it. It's SWS, which stands for Southwest Sampler. So there's like these are companies that I partner with because I also really love working with them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the coolest part is that like when you find these companies out here and you can partner with them, it almost makes your job like that much easier and that much better.
Yeah, and that's the cool part about it is
Yeah.
I've come to like get to know them so well
Mm-hmm.
that when I do email them, I can also just be myself in the email.
Yeah.
I can also be myself when I see them in person.
Yeah.
So it's really fun. Like
Yeah.
the people I partner with are genuinely the people I want to be with.
Yeah, and that's like something and that's why I started the podcast. We talked a little bit before. I just feel like there's so many people out here that don't get recognition or that could really do something cool, and then to make those connections. And like you said, like it's connections is everything.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like every single guest that I've had,
Yeah.
including you, like I just either reached out or I knew them from somebody else, and it come to find out like we knew
We knew a lot of the same people.
we knew a
I
lot of the
know.
same people, and that's like it's crazy to think that even in a state of like or in a city, I think Phoenix is like 5 million people.
I don't even know.
It's something.
But everybody
absurd.
knows each other somehow.
Everybody knows each other,
Mm-hmm.
and then we all get to like revel in that. But so, are you from here?
Yes, so I'm from Mesa, Arizona.
Okay.
I lived in Tucson for a year and a half, I believe.
Why?
So
Why would you like?
I love Tucson.
I was gonna ask that question. No, I'm just kidding.
I
Shouts out
love
Tucson.
Tucson.
Yeah.
So I moved out there because I needed to get away. I needed
Yeah.
to find myself, be myself, and just get away.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I was there for a year and a half, and I came back, and that's kind of when I started this process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in Mesa, what high school did you go to?
Mountain View.
Mountain View.
Yeah.
Okay. When did you graduate? How? I'm not gonna ask
Yeah,
you. how
no,
old
go
you are.
for it. I'm 27.
27.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you've been doing this for 5 years.
Yes.
That's like, man, that's crazy.
I know.
I'm trying to picture myself in 5 years and like how
How old are you?
This could be. I'm 26.
Yeah, okay,
So
there we
we're
go.
the same age.
Yeah.
But just how much work and time that you can put in and everything like that.
Yeah.
Do you still like keep in contact with like everybody that you grew up with? Because I know like sometimes for me it's like, yeah, like shit, no.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, I mean it's
no,
a real thing.
that's the thing is like I grew apart from people,
Yeah.
and that could be my bad. I don't know, but I really love the connections I've made in my adult life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean that's something that's so key. So when you grow up and you start to like, okay, like I kind of grew out of that high school phase and everything like that. Like it's good to have those friends. You know, I don't talk to every single person that I grew up with, but it's still good to have it. I still have people message me now and they're like, we love the podcast.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's like, wait, I haven't talked to you in years.
Right? No,
But,
that's
like,
awesome to hear though.
I'm super glad that you watch it. So let's go back to kind of your page and everything like that. Why a blog?
Okay, so when I was in cosmetology school,
Yes.
that was when I was 18. I already tried starting a blog at that point. However, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have the correct computer. Like I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
So I had already been like trying to get into that field. I just didn't know how.
Gotcha.
And so luckily I met Tony Swan. He's a producer out here in Phoenix, and he kind of gave me the building blocks on how to start it.
Gotcha.
And from there, he just like let me run with it. So everything I've done from there is my doing. However, he really helped me with that. So that's what started the blog. I wanted to start a blog because I figured that's what people are into. Like, that's how you make it, right?
Exactly. It's true, yeah.
Especially with travel and stuff. Like, that's
Yes.
all I ever really saw, like, on Instagram, for instance. Like, the people that had the followers were because they had a blog,
Yes.
you know?
Because they want a product that they can go read. How come, do you have a vlog too? A video log?
I do. Okay, here's the thing. I have a YouTube.
Okay.
Slowly growing it. However,
Okay.
everything that I put onto my YouTube channel, I put directly onto IGTV as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and that's because my platform on Instagram is a lot bigger. So there's
Yeah.
going to be a lot more eyes on it. I have noticed that it's harder to get people to go from one app to another.
Oh my
so it's like,
goodness.
you might as well just bring it all to the table.
All to one. I think like I purposely did that. And that was the question I was going to ask you. Like, are you on all platforms?
So that's the thing. Definitely TikTok.
TikTok's huge.
Make it banned. So we'll see about that.
Yeah, there's like another one. It's like Thriller or something.
Oh, I haven't heard of that
It's
one.
like the exact thing, just a new name.
There's so many coming out right now. I'm getting
Yes.
emails left and right that are just the same exact thing. So we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? I don't even know why TikTok's getting banned.
I
It's
do,
like-
but
Yeah. I mean, I do too, but
you know, dude,
Yeah,
it's so fun. Anyway, so TikTok, again, you can find me on Southwest Sampler on anything. So
Yeah.
TikTok, Southwest Sampler. My website is the Southwest Sampler, and then Instagram, Southwest Sampler. So I also have Twitter, Facebook, but in all honesty, I don't touch it.
Yeah.
I really don't. In fact, on my Messenger page on Facebook, if you were to Facebook message me, I have a direct message that goes out saying I'm not going to get it.
Oh,
Because
no
I
way.
won't get it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the only people that like really ever react to my stuff on Facebook is like family.
Yeah, totally.
And it's like, yeah, thank you for the support.
Yeah,
Go
totally. They reposted or whatever.
add me on Instagram. Yeah. They share it, and it's like, sweet. I had like 11 shares, but it's like the same people, and like all my family live in a really small town. Where'd you come up with the name, the Southwest Sampler?
Okay, get this. So this actually took me a while, but I love, if you guys ever hang out with me one-on-one, you'll see that I'm like a super big sampler. Like if we go
Okay.
get ice cream, I'll sample all of it. If we go
You
to a
got to.
brewery, I'll sample every freaking beer, even though I know what it tastes like.
Yeah.
Like I will sample everything. And just being in the Southwest, loving a sample.
Yeah.
Just one day I was like, Southwest Sampler, there we go.
Yeah, it was funny. I was reading some of your comments, and it was like, I love the variety you produce. And you're like, yep, that's why it's called the
Yeah,
Southwest
exactly.
Sampler.
That's exactly why it's called. So it works perfectly because it has to do with everything in the Southwest, whether it's restaurants, hotels, resorts, hikes. It's
Yeah.
literally anything. And that's actually why I love that name, because people say that you need to have a niche.
Yeah.
My niche is everything.
Is
So
the fact that, yeah.
you know,
That it's like a sampler thing. So do a lot of these places contact you, or are you reaching out to like different places? How does it work?
so it depends. If I know that I'm going somewhere, which weekend, you know, whatever,
Yeah.
I will reach out to different resorts, hotels, restaurants, whatever. However, a lot of them also reach out to me, which is amazing.
Okay.
So I've come in contact with a lot of PR companies out here.
Yeah.
So I have their contact information. They have mine. So it works out very well on that end.
And that's just back to like the connections and everything like that. And
Yeah.
I thought it was so funny. The other day, I saw your story. You were with, I don't know if you were with her actually, but you were with a future guest, so I'm not going to drop her name yet. But
I
I'm
wonder
super.
who the heck it was.
I didn't message you about that?
No.
Oh, I messaged her. And I was like, yep. I was like, I can't believe you're with her. Like, she's coming on the show this week.
I
And
wonder
then
who it was.
I'll tell you off
Okay,
air.
okay.
I'll definitely tell you off air. But
Okay.
that it's something that's like very prevalent out here is like, you know, there's like the AZ foodie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like she's very well known for like that specific food thing.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I have a podcast that I get to just talk to different people, but you, it's like the sampler part is
Mm-hmm.
so key. And it was funny because I think a lot of people think it's just food.
Yeah.
Do you get that a lot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, so do you do the food thing all the time? And I'm like, well, it's everything, but yeah. In fact, I think I know who you were talking about. I think it just came to my head.
Did it
yeah,
just
I
click?
think so. Yeah.
Starts with a C?
Yep. Definitely.
Okay.
Yep. I love her.
Okay. She's doing big things too.
Oh God. She actually, funny that you mentioned that. So she was my, what is that called? When they're like helping you with everything.
Like a mentor?
Mentor.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Like 100%.
Really?
And that's the biggest thing. If I can give anybody advice, it's meet up with different people all the
Yes.
time that are people that you want to be like and ask for their guidance.
Exactly.
Because she helped me literally so much.
Yeah.
So much.
And why do you think I brought you on the show? Come on. No, but that is the thing. So as like I'm trying to grow, obviously, like I love to pick people's brains because there's different ways to do things. Like I'm not even on TikTok, but like seeing all your TikToks, I'm like, okay, maybe that's like something I can tap into as long as it doesn't get banned.
We'll see.
But it's really crazy how like intricate things can get and how like you have to really have mentors because you don't know. Like you have followers that may have no idea that they probably don't have know who the hell I am at all. But I mean, that's okay.
I feel like some of my followers don't even know who the hell I am. So it's okay.
But you just have like the great content and they love that.
Yeah, exactly.
Out of all the hotels that you've gone and done, we'll just list them off. Hotels we'll start with. What is your favorite hotel?
Oh, that's a tough one. Well, if it's in the valley, that's the thing is they're all so unique.
Yes.
They're all very different. So when I want to reach out to a hotel to work with them again, it's because that's the vibe I'm chasing at that point.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I've done Royal Palms, Mountain Shadows. Omni is gorgeous, by the way.
Okay.
What's the other one? Well, Hotel Valley Ho. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
of
then
course.
all around Arizona. So that's a hard one to tell. I'll tell you that because they're all so unique.
Fair enough. And a lot of them are going to like their own niches as well, where it's like, like Hotel Valley Ho is kind of like more retro, I feel like.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Restaurant.
Okay, here's the deal.
Okay.
I love Restaurant Progress. If you guys have not been, it's over in the Melrose District. My friend TJ owns it. It's phenomenal. And their menu is always changing. It's so good. It's definitely a date night, I would say, for sure.
Good tip. And so, activity.
Hiking, for sure.
Hiking. You are a big hiker.
Yeah, I love hiking. I do.
Favorite spot to hike?
Well, that's the other thing. Camelback is like right there.
It is.
So on the weekends, no.
Yeah.
But during the week, I'll easily go hike that. Because it's so convenient.
It really is. It's right there. So I used to live right next to, what's the one? Pinnacle
Oh,
Peak?
yeah.
Pinnacle Peak.
Piastaway Peak?
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to live right over there, and we used to run that in the
Yeah.
mornings, and it was terrible. It was like 5 a.m.
Yes.
Because it's so hot in the summertime. But hiking out here is amazing, and so I
love
think
it.
a lot of people that come to your page, they might not necessarily even live here, and they can look up to you and be like, "Oh, this is where she's gone. Let's go check this out." Do you get a lot of people reaching out to you like, "Hey, I'm from out of state. You told me about
yeah.
this place." Do you have like a story you can tell us?
Well, it's mainly just like that.
Just that?
And also like being on TikTok now, I get a lot of people that find me on TikTok and then message me on Instagram and they tell me that they either went there or they wanted to know more details. So yeah, a lot of it is just from out of town. There was this one girl who reached out to me and she told me that her and her fiance were going to come out here and she wanted to do some type of surprise for him.
Yeah.
So I wrote out this whole thing, like do this, that, the other thing. And I don't know if she did it. I hope she did. But she said it was a great idea. So.
Yeah. And when you can like I love impacting people like that. When they message me and they're like, "Hey, I went and listened to your podcast and I went and checked this out."
Yeah.
It's like, wow, okay, like people.
It's great.
Yes. That
Heck
feeling
yeah.
is just so amazing. How
Heck
many
yeah.
other people like that you've met other than the one that we've talked about, we're not going to say her name, that you've met up with and like kind of just interacted with? Is there anyone that like has like really stuck out to you?
Oh my gosh, there's so many different people.
There is.
So one of my best friends is Kristen Keogh.
Who's that?
So Kristen Keogh, she works for the news station. She also does the Coyotes. She does.
Yes, I do know who. Okay, yes.
So she does all that. She from the get-go stuck out to me. And I actually flocked to her because I was like, you stick out to me.
Yeah.
And now we're best friends. So I'm like, again, it's all about like making the right connections and being with the people that you want to be like.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And with growing up here and other people that grow up here, it's like, it's crazy just to see, you know, where people end up at. Like doing that for the Coyotes is huge. I've ran into her so many times. I covered the Coyotes last year when I was doing sports broadcasting.
Nice.
Not doing that anymore. Just kidding. But yeah, the connections that you can make and people that you meet that literally become best friends. I'm literally best friends with almost every single person that I have come on the show. So
Nice. That's awesome.
my best friend.
Hi.
But so you grew up here.
Yes.
As a kid, were you always like super adventurous as you are now?
It's interesting. I really don't know. I was definitely up in the trees a lot. I was outside a lot, like playing around. I had younger brothers, so we were always just doing crap, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then like the more I think about it as an adult, my dad would honestly take me like outdoors, do anything outdoors all the time.
Okay.
So I took that for granted. Obviously, you're a kid, you don't care.
Yeah.
But as an adult now, I'm like, oh, that's where my roots came from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like this is like who made me. I mean, I'm from the Midwest, so very blue collar, like very work hard. I don't take anything for free. But one of the things I had to learn out here was that it's not as laid back. Like you have to really be in attack mode when you want to go do different things.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that a lot of people almost miss. If you're not from here, you don't really understand that. And I can see that with you. It's like every time you're posting, it's just something like so relevant.
Thanks.
Like you have the timing down so perfect, and like the hikes, you're like, okay, let's go up north during the summertime. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Like, do you have like the whole scheme? Like, how did you lay out your blog and your page and everything?
You know what's interesting? So that's something I've been having trouble with is a lot of people, they say that success comes from like planning ahead and doing all that. I got to be honest, I fly by the seat of my pants. Like I have tried so hard. I've bought in so many different calendars, so many different notebooks, so many different, like I got an Instagram planner. I haven't touched it. And it's because I'm like, I don't know what I want to post next week. Like I do, like I was talking about it yesterday.
Yeah.
This week, I know what this week is.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is next week. Like, I don't know. So also with that being said, the newsletter that I've been doing, that helps a lot for me to keep on track of like, okay, so this week we're focusing on this. So in fact, this week right now, which is the week before the Tuesday that this is going to go on, I'm focusing on, what is that called? Oh, a weekend in Scottsdale.
Yes. Okay. I saw that. Yeah.
So that's kind of giving me that free range to just post about like, okay, this week, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm really bad at planning.
I am. I'd like to think I'm good at planning. But,
me too.
It just like comes down to it, and you try and fly by the seat of your pants. Luckily, I've had guests that I'm booking so far in advance now. Like that saves me.
Oh yeah.
But I've done other podcasts where like I'm day before scrambling to find someone to come on the show. And it's like, it's terrifying, but at the same time, it's like low key fun.
Yeah. And I think that's what I get is I get that rush of energy when I know that I have to get something done.
Yes.
If I have time on my hands, it doesn't work well.
You push it back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I will say, because of the resorts I work with and whatnot, I do plan those out ahead because I have to.
Yes.
That's the only thing I really do. And then from there, I'll kind of plan around that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you have like sponsors or whatever have you, then that really adds like the extra like kick in the ass.
Oh yeah, because they want a certain date, they want a certain post. So that actually does help. Yeah.
When I talk to companies, they're like asking me so like in-depth questions. I'm like, I have no idea.
I've learned to just say yes.
Yeah. I'm like, they're like asking me questions I didn't even know. I'm like going to research. I'm texting my producer like, hey, what is this? I have no idea what they want from me.
That.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's really hilarious. But when and like with what did your page really just start taking off?
I think it was about, I want to say 3 years ago.
Okay.
I have to be honest, my page, like the people on my page love the outdoors.
Okay.
So I definitely focus more on the outdoors, which is why they're there. So
yes,
that's what really took it off, is when I started like being true to myself and realizing that the outdoors make me happy. And that's when I started noticing my following going up. And it's because I was doing stuff that made me happy. Yeah. You know?
And I think people can see that through you.
I hope so.
And, I mean, it's so crazy because people can see posts and they think like, oh, maybe they're faking it. But when it's like pure content like yours or like a podcast like mine, they can see that you're actually being like true. And that it's what you love to do and what you want to do. Yeah. And with like a blog, I feel like a blog is almost like harder because you're like trying to type it out, which like I could never do a blog. So props to you on that. I have to be honest,
like I never read blogs. Ever.
Really?
Ever. That's why. You have one. Well, that's the thing. That's why I changed it to like a website platform that's more informative, not so much my opinion on things, because that's something I would read. Yeah. You know, if I'm not going to read a blog, why would I make a blog? So that's kind of where my blog transformed into a website.
And a lot of people have their opinions, but a lot of people don't like reading opinions.
No, I don't want to fucking read your opinion about the shrimp you add.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't care.
Like, it was super chewy. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you probably just got like a really shitty piece. Like, just chill out.
Exactly.
But obviously, like, trying to start something like you have, there's been like really hard times. What was a time that really just like kicked you and knocked you down?
I know that this is like cliche, but honestly, COVID. Like,
Okay.
I hate to say it, but during that experience of not being able to go out and do these certain things that I'm used to doing, like, the mental break.
Yeah.
Like, it literally got to me so bad. In fact, I look at the content that I was producing at that time. I can't even look at it because I was in such a negative headspace.
Yeah.
So that's something that definitely, like, just shocked me.
Yeah.
Which is weird because in the moment, I was trying to tell myself, like, no, I'm happy. I'm okay. It's all good. And looking back now, it's like, no, girl, you were not okay.
You were riding the struggle bus right there.
Yes.
But I think a lot of people went through that with COVID.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I know I started this podcast in COVID. I don't know like how it's gotten to where. I wonder where it would have been if it wasn't in COVID actually. Then it
don't
might have
know.
been a little bit better. Who knows?
But you know what?
Nick's
It's
laughing
still
over
going
there.
up. So
It is. It's
yeah.
trending up, and that's what I'm trying to tell everybody. It's just a little bit each week.
Yeah.
And I knew coming in, but that's been the most difficult thing for me is it hasn't just like taken off. Like I don't just have like 10,000 followers or I don't get 1,000 listens each episode. Like it's just little by little.
It's interesting because, again, during the COVID thing, the shutdown, I should say, I was constantly looking at my numbers.
Yeah.
And I think that's also because I had time, So I was constantly judging myself on my numbers. So finally, when I realized, who the fuck cares if I'm not having fun, right?
Yeah.
So the second I stopped, like, looking into it as much, my followers started to go up again. And that's what made it great. So it's definitely going to slowly go up over time, which is the best part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, like I said, like little by little, like you get those like little spurts. Like we're going to do a giveaway here that the giveaways have been huge for me because people love the giveaways and then they stay around for the content.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've had a lot. I've actually, I'm doing an Instagram live, or when this episode airs, I will have done an Instagram live where I met her through a friend, through a giveaway. And then it just kind of led to that. And so I'm super excited about that. If you missed it, it was last Thursday. I'll put it on the page for you guys. But you do these things all by yourself. Do you travel by yourself too, or do you like take a friend with you?
Sometimes I do travel alone. I like to travel alone.
Do
I know
you?
that sounds weird, but sometimes it's nice for me just to get away for a little bit and just like have my own thoughts, put my phone away.
Yeah.
So it just depends. But if not, I definitely have someone with me that can also take photos. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, sometimes you just need that like person to take the great angle photos for you.
Yeah.
Where have you gone like by yourself that you've really just like? Because I know there's a lot of different places outside where you like got into your mental space and are like, listen, like this is really what I love to do. Like just gone and like been off on your own. What's your favorite spot to do that?
Well, I used to go like hiking wise.
Yeah, hiking wise. Sorry.
So, as far like that's kind of why I said Camelback, because Camelback is so freaking close to my apartment that I can leave and just go and be by myself, and that is a huge thing for me because that's like my meditation.
Yeah, okay.
Like I've tried the meditation, like, but I can't do it.
Well, and I always laugh, like, sorry, I always laugh
No,
when
go for
people
it.
are like, hiking is like my meditation. Because like, when I hiked in the military, it was so
Oh,
shitty.
dude, I bet.
Ruck marches, like,
Oh,
suck.
yeah, I heard they suck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
There's a funny picture that goes around, and it's like, how can you hate hiking or be in a bad spot with hiking? And I'm like, you can, believe me, when you have like a huge backpack or the crack, because it's like such a
Dude, oh my gosh. The ending is worth it,
Yes.
but the hike itself is just so, ugh.
Yeah. Did you do that one by yourself?
That one I did with my sister. So that's
Okay.
the other thing is I have a 16-year-old sister.
Nice.
And I will pick her up and we'll go hiking all around.
Okay.
Yeah, so I take her to do a lot of that stuff with me because it's not only family time, but it's also something I want to take her to do and experience because she lives in more of a suburban town. She doesn't do too much.
Yeah.
So when I take her to do all these things, like she actually called me a few weeks ago and she thanked me for always taking her to do those things. And I found that like really heartwarming because I didn't even expect her to really realize that.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
No, that definitely hits in the feels when like you can bring your family along with you.
Oh yeah.
Who else have you taken with you on some of your trips?
I've taken. It definitely has to be somebody I'm comfortable with.
For sure.
Yeah. So
yeah.
definitely family. Tony Swan, Anthony Swan, and That's about it, really.
Just like friends?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I've taken a couple friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, I mean, if I was doing that and I was traveling, like, I would be like, hey, I need to tell the hotel, like, hey, I need a +1.
Oh, all the time. Oh, yeah. Hey, are we getting dinner? I need a +1.
Yeah. Well, and you had said that. So with like the restaurant, we had talked about like doing a video with a restaurant.
Yes.
Where like they contact you and they actually like they give you the free meal and everything like that. Like, how awesome is that, getting free food?
It is nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I feel like I went through a chubby phase because of it.
Oh.
Because I was like, food, like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And now that I've like realized I don't need to eat it all, you know, I can sample little things here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really nice.
And then, so like on like a weekly basis, right? How do you like break down your days? I know you're like very, very spontaneous, but is it like Monday you go out and like hike and do a video? Like, how does it break down for you?
That's what I try to do. So on Mondays, I try to wake up, work out, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Typically on Mondays, I do like to get out, go on an adventure, some kind of hike. And then that night I start working on the newsletter. So I make sure that the newsletter goes out every Tuesday, no matter what. And you guys can actually sign up for that on my website. If you go to the Southwest Sampler, it is under the newsletter. So just sign up for that.
Under the newsletter?
Yeah. So
you were like about to go in. Like, you're like, yeah.
So I have that. Kind of everything past that is just, it comes to me.
Just by day.
Yeah. Which is, like I said, I've tried so hard to be regimented, but for some reason I cannot do it. Unless I have a scheduled post with like, the last one I'm going to be posting pretty soon. I don't want to talk about it right now just because I don't know. That's fine. But it's a very, very, very big beer company. Nice. So I'll be posting about that soon. So when I, kind of like what you said earlier, when I have a deadline for certain projects, that definitely gets me like, I start to think like, okay, so what would go with this to then easily go into this? So it's not just like fucking makeup and then beer, you know? Like I like to kind of like make it flow.
Yeah. And so like you said makeup, so do you do like lifestyle stuff too? Yeah,
so I do lifestyle. Some of my products that I work with are Glossier.
Okay.
The other ones are, I'm actually in talk with a few other ones right now.
Nice.
Yeah, so
you just do like literally like a sampler.
Pretty much everything, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's funny when people ask me what I do, I'm like, well, what do you want to know?
Yeah. You're like, basically just ask me any question about Arizona and I got you
Seriously.
on that one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just think like your page is amazing.
Thank you.
All the videos that you do. What has been like your biggest video, like one that people like recognize you from? Obviously the one with me was the hike at the Crack. Is there like one that just blew up and really took off for you?
I'm trying to think about that actually. That is a good question. I gotta be honest, I don't know.
Every video?
Yeah, I don't know. I just recently started putting all of my back. Okay, so for a while there, I wasn't putting any of my YouTube content onto Instagram because I was trying to force people over to
go there.
Yeah, and they just weren't. And so
yeah, it happens that way all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So recently, within the last few months, I got smart about it and I started bringing back that content over to my Instagram. So slowly but surely, I'm gonna have everything back over to Instagram. So I have so much fucking content that has never been seen because it's on YouTube. So I do have a lot of videos. However, a lot of them haven't been seen yet. So I don't know exactly which one has been the most popular.
Okay.
I don't know yet. Although I will say the one I can remember that had the most views, I would think, definitely the Crack. That one got shared around like freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, like that one was, I think, I don't want to like say it wrong, but I think it was like at 100,000 views or like 100,000 likes.
It had a lot
on TikTok, and I was like, wow, that was like TikTok. So you were so smart getting into TikTok.
Thanks.
Oh my! During COVID, like I did TikTok in December, and then like started to do it a little bit more, but then it just blew up
because of COVID.
Because of COVID,
yeah.
Everybody was in their house like doing their little dancing videos. Oh my God! Like,
which is so funny. So this is the thing. When I first downloaded TikTok, I didn't know my niche on TikTok. I thought it had to be like dancing videos and shit. And I was like, what do I, what do I do? Like, and so I just, again, it goes back to being yourself.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to ditch all of what I know on TikTok and do what I know I love. And that's when it skyrocketed.
Yeah. Back to like being true to yourself and with the basics and everything like that.
Totally.
What is the biggest company that you've worked with? Like hotel, restaurant? You don't have to say the beer one because I know you said you were like, talking
that's the biggest one, I think. Oh man, that's the cool part is I worked with so many I can't even remember, to be honest with you. Let me come back to
enough.
that one.
Yeah.
I will say a really cool one to work with was Four Peaks Brewery. They're
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
Always.
Yeah, they're really cool. I know I've worked with some like really big brand companies.
Okay.
However, I have to be honest, I have a brain fart. I don't know.
It happens. Well, we can edit that part out.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I like to let it roll. I mean, like so I'm very, very true with my podcast too. I think there's very little that I edit out.
That's good.
Just because like I like to have conversations with people. If there's like a stupid lull, then like that's just how it is.
Yeah, honestly, that's how I see it.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, there's been so many times that I've like had something in there where I'm like, do I really want to like leave that in? Or, you know, maybe a clip on a video that I posted and I'm like, do I really want that in there? Or graphics. Like I second guess so much.
So do I.
And I'm just like, you know what? Let's let it ride. If people don't like it, then I mean, they don't like it. But that's exactly who I am. And with you being true to yourself, I think that's something that's amazing. What are some places that you're going to be doing like reviews and stuff on? Like some future stuff that we should look forward to?
Okay, so I will be going to Hotel Valley Ho here in the next few weeks.
Okay.
Again, I work with them very often, so and I love being there. Like whenever I step foot in that hotel, it feels like home. So I love being there.
It's right in Old Town, by the way. If
Yes.
you guys don't know where Hotel Valley Ho is.
Yes, awesome spot for sure.
Yeah.
Another one is Amara Resort. That's going to be in Sedona. And then from there, I will say with the shutdown and everything kind of coming back in, very slowly am I starting to get reached back out to.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't, and that's the other thing is a lot of people were like, well, did you struggle during that time?
Yeah.
It's like,
that was going to be my next question.
so I'll be honest. No.
Oh,
I didn't.
Good.
I was still doing well. I played my cards right. I knew who to reach out to. That's actually how I started reaching out to some like skincare companies and whatnot. And it's because people were at home.
Yep.
So I just played my cards very right on that end.
Yeah.
So now that things are starting to open back up, more companies are reaching out for that. So I'm hoping to get my calendar more filled, you know, with the resorts and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping to do that here pretty soon.
Well, and I was thinking about that. Like resorts, I feel like during COVID would have been a good time. Like, because they were still taking some guests, but you would get like almost an exclusive look. Like restaurants were different. You can't really go in and do all that if they're freaking closed. But like you would think hotels would like let you have more exclusive looks, but they
That's
didn't
what I
let
would
you
have
do
thought.
that.
So from my experience, and I don't know if this is for anybody else, but with my experience, they had mentioned that they don't have the budget at that point, which is understandable.
Yes.
Why would I force you to pay when you don't have people coming in?
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah.
You know?
100%. But one thing that I think is awesome too, and I didn't know that you like made money off your content. So that is like obviously like everyone's aspiring dream is to be able to do something they love and make money off it. So like when did you first start making money? How far into this process were you before people started actually paying you to come out to their place?
It was insane. It was about a year in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Early?
Yeah, but I will say I treated this like my full-time job. Like I would wake up at 3 a.m. I would go to bed late. I would make sure I was always working on it. And so I really made it a point. Like this is going to be my job.
Did you work at like another job during your first year?
Yeah. So aesthetics.
Yeah, the
so
aesthetics. You did that your entire first year.
Yeah.
So I got to ask you, how was that? Because like for me, trying to work another job and do this podcast, like solo dolo.
It gets tough.
Nick's laughing over there.
It really gets tough.
It does. Like it's been something that's been a struggle because, you know, paying to like rent the studio, do different things. I have guests that ask to get paid to come on. You know, like people like you, like that should really get paid. They have the followings. They yeah, right. They like deserve that. It's like, you know, I gotta roll off just connections right now.
Yes, definitely.
And that was like so tough. So once like the money starts coming in from the podcast, like I've been telling people that I've been talking to, like this is gonna blast off. Like let me make this my full time, and I promise you're gonna make your money back.
Yeah, if you put your heart and your soul into it, obviously you're gonna get something from it. Especially if you show that that's what you love to do. Like people are gonna feed off of that.
Yeah. And especially when you can do that in your home state. I mean, I didn't grow up here, so you got me beat on that one. But especially when like you can do that, I think that's something that's so amazing because so many people just get stuck in jobs.
That's one thing I never wanted to happen.
Yes.
In fact, if I'm being honest, I learned a lot from my parents.
Okay.
So my parents, they chose paths that I did the opposite of.
Oh.
Every single thing that they did, I did the opposite.
You were the rebel child, weren't you?
No, I was the smart child.
Better way to put it. Way better way to put it. Yeah.
So I just made it a fact in my own head, like, okay, they say to do this, I'm going to do that, you know? And it wasn't because I was trying to rebel or anything. It's because I saw where they were financially, things like that, like possibly unhappy. And I just made it a point. I never wanted to live that way.
Yeah.
You only live one life. I mean, as far as we know. And you can literally manifest whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
So
you speak it into existence and then work your ass off to do it.
Yeah.
I talk about my parents all the time. Like, my mom worked 2 jobs for a long time to help, like, me chase my dreams. My dad's, like, very blue collar. I think he's taken, like, 7 days off, like 7 sick days in, like, 10 years. Like, the dude just doesn't
I can't
stop.
do that.
Like, it's crazy. And I learned that from my parents, but I've also learned, like, I don't want to work for somebody else. So I'll tell you this story, because I don't think I've ever told anybody this story.
Let's hear it.
But I was actually, and I still do, I drive Grubhub.
Oh, nice.
That is
Yeah.
how I pay bills and everything like that.
Nice.
And it's like, it's kind of like I was first embarrassed about it, but I was like, you know what? That's going to be a great story one day.
Yeah, don't be embarrassed about that.
Because, like, once things do start working, and I remember sitting in my car thinking, like, what do I want to do? I can't work for somebody else. Like, I want to work for myself, and I want to be super creative. And I was like, let's do this and let's go full bore.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
And so now, like, obviously, like, I have to work to do the job, but I mean, that is what it is. And then once, like, I see people all the time on streams, like Twitch streams and gaming and everything.
Oh,
They're like,
yeah, I
I
did
quit my
download
job.
that.
Like,
Yep.
this is like, yes.
Yep.
And it's such a cool thing to do. And I think that's where people can be smart and change what they, like, we're going to do in life based on, like, where their parents are at.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love that fact. Like, shout out mom and dad. You guys worked your ass off, and I love you guys, but
But I got to go.
yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
going a little bit different. But we're about to wrap it up here.
Cool.
Thank
that
you
was fast.
I know, right?
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, Nick, that's what is that? 8 for 8 of people that say that? Yeah, 8
my
for 8.
gosh.
Yeah, so quick.
Damn.
Right? But no, I definitely I want to link up with you.
Yeah.
We should do like a hike, something like a little
Yeah, that'd be
video.
fun.
Me and my girlfriend love doing stuff like that. We can meet up at Hotel Valley Ho.
Yeah.
So we go there and, like, go to pool parties and stuff. Yes.
Yes, dude. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. The vibe is just so nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I went to Hotel Adeline.
Yep.
That was pretty. I mean, right now with COVID and everything, like, it's kind of blah.
I haven't been
everything
there
opens
with
back up-
COVID, so I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a struggle with COVID.
Mm-hmm.
But you and me, we took the advantage of the time in COVID and grew.
Exactly.
Some people didn't.
Exactly. And that's the biggest thing I wanted to do for myself.
Yeah.
You know, whether it was this or that, like, I wanted to somehow come out of it, like, growing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Come out on top and make sure, like, you're set up to where you want to be in life.
Yeah.
So yeah, that about does it. So thank you so much
Dang.
for coming on. Is
Yeah,
there anything else
thank
you want to
you.
say? You got to do your plugs real quick
Let's
again.
see. So again, if you guys would like to follow me, it is at the Southwest Sampler on the website, Southwest Sampler on TikTok and on Instagram. And
Like, follow, comment, all that shit,
yeah,
guys. Come on.
do what you got to do.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
It was great having you. We're gonna have a dope intro video for you.
I'm
You're gonna have
super
some really-
excited,
Yes.
actually.
Are you?
Yeah, I love playing with the camera, which is funny.
Yes.
It used to take, like, I used to not even look at the camera.
Oh, really?
I hated the camera. And so now I'm just like, like, I'm all about it.
Yeah, and I did it for the first time today. So if it's really crappy, guys, like, I'm sorry.
my God.
I might have to outsource that again.
I never post it.
Yeah, right.
Just kidding.
No, there's been times that I've done things and, like, I've edited videos and I'm like, wow, this is absolute shit. Like, maybe I shouldn't post it, but, like, I have to.
Who cares?
Yeah. We're just moving
cares?
on from that. But that's the episode, guys. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff on all my channels. The Side of Mayo Show on YouTube, Instagram. I don't have Twitter. I don't have TikTok yet. Maybe that'll come. I don't know.
We'll see.
Just follow me on Instagram. Like she said, that's like the one platform where everything runs through, guys. And make sure to get in on that giveaway. You guys are going to see it in the description below. It's going to be amazing, guys. Love you all. I'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Peace.